Welcome to a midday edition of Coffee With. I'm here with Stuart Miller. We're going to talk a little bit about Anytime Fitness and this really awesome sale you've got coming up.
Absolutely. So we can get into the sale a little bit later. But I'm Stuart Miller, and owner of Anytime Fitness of Vicksburg, and welcome to my crib. Secure access.
All right, Stuart, there's a lot of gyms around. Anytime Fitness is growing by leaps and bounds. What's different?
The number one thing that's different about Anytime Fitness has to be our atmosphere and our club culture. We pride on ourselves to take a personal investment in our members. You're not just joining a building with machines. You don't walk in and you look around and you're like, I'm just another number. When you come into Anytime Fitness, it's like coming into your neighborhood. You know your neighbors. You know everybody that's working out in the gym. Everybody's very friendly. And when you come into the club, we know who you are. We know what you're trying to accomplish. We know how to get you there. And it all starts at the very first time you walk through the door. We don't focus on price. We focus on how we can help you get results. What have you done in the past? And we go from there. Everybody's fitness level is different. And in order to help you get the results you want, we have to know about that background. Are there roadblocks? What have you done before? What did and what did not work? And we start building a relationship. That way, you're not just joining a place and you're on your own. You're joining a club with us. And it's a mutual thing that we have, that we're here to help you get results.
One of the things you just said that struck with me is that Anytime Fitness is a gym for all fitness levels. So we've got members from all age groups. How hard is it? How hard is it to tailor a workout for somebody's specific needs, or maybe a specific injury or something like that?
Well, it's actually not very difficult when you know them. And, we talked a little bit, how do you get to know them? Well, you sit down with them, and we basically interview them for 40, 50 minutes, however long it takes. And then that way we can start building the house, putting the blueprints together to get you where you want to be. It just goes back to knowing your members, knowing what they want, knowing what they're looking to accomplish, what motivates them. And we take all that information and we, build a plan to help them get their results.
All right, we train together. We've been training for almost 20 weeks, almost 4 months, and
unbelievable.
It's been a ride. It's been a ride and a half. I'm physically capable of doing things that I never thought possible. I am a strong believer in personal training. Absolutely. But what would you say is the number one reason why somebody should look for a personal trainer instead of just coming in and trying to go it on their own?
Okay. Well, 50% of our members, at least 50%, have never been a member of a club before. Okay. The hardest thing for them to do is walk through that door. There's this stigma, for whatever reason, there's a stigma that all gyms are dirty, sweaty, big, huge guys throwing weights around. And so when somebody comes in, we try to make it as friendly, as comfortable, as non-intimidating as possible. And so they're making an investment in their health. They choose whatever monthly plan they want to go with. They say, I want to get the most bang for my buck. Okay? And so if you've never worked out before, why not just jump right into it? Hire a trainer for a month. Hire a trainer for 2 weeks. You're going to learn the right way to do things so you don't hurt yourself. You're going to learn the whole nutrition aspect. You're going to learn the various different exercises. You're going to learn why you train this way versus why you train that way. The number one thing is accountability. Too many people say, oh, I got this to do today. I can't go to the gym because of this. I can't go to the gym because of that. Okay? So if you make that investment and you say, I'm investing in my health because I know it's going to pay off, and it will pay off, And if you know that you've spent that money, that's good money that you've worked hard for. You spent that money, you know I'm here waiting for you. If you don't show up, I'm going to call you. And so you know that we're waiting for you to show up at the gym for your workout. You're going to be here. And so, you know, it's a lot more accountability. When you know that somebody's waiting for you, you feel bad. You feel bad that you're not going to show up. You know, and so that's the number one thing. Too many people, they want to do it. It's just they find excuses not to do it. And so if it takes a little bit extra to get you results, I mean, that's what you're ultimately looking for, is results. Okay? And why throw money down the drain every month going somewhere where you're not getting results? The place might as well be free, you know, because you're not getting what you paid for. But if you come to Anytime Fitness, we're going to make sure you get results. And the trainer's there. I'm there to make sure that every workout, I push you, we motivate you. You say you can't do it, but I know you can. You tell me I can't do it. I know you can, and then you do 10. So that's what happens during our training sessions here. And then when you leave, you're like, wow, that was really tough. And then you look in the mirror and you put a shirt on and said, wow, this is big on me. What happened? You know? And so it's not just the hard workouts, and it's what happens outside the gym too. It's the confidence that you gain. And if you ever go out of town, you can use another Anytime Fitness. You're not walking into an unfamiliar territory. Because you've been working with a trainer, you have that confidence. You know what the exercises do. And so when you go to another gym, another Anytime Fitness, anywhere in the world, you're comfortable walking into the gym. You know what to do. You know the right way to do it. So you're not going to injure yourself, and you're not wasting your time 30, 40, 50 minutes in the gym in an ineffective workout.
And not knowing what to do, or just not knowing what to do, or walking in and spending 5 minutes on the treadmill and going, okay, I'm done now.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which is what I used to do.
and pretty quickly, you learned that does nothing. You know, you have to do the cardio training the right way. You have to do the strength training the right way. When you do them both together, along with the nutrition, and I'm not talking about a crash diet where you lose a bunch of weight and this and that. We're looking for sustainable, long-term health and fitness where you don't ever gain the weight back, because you love what you do, you love the results, and you just want to keep doing it forever.
All right, I'm a girl. We talked a little bit about strength training. Mm-hmm. Aren't you scared? You know, your women are going to start getting bulked up around here, and that's not really what we're going for. So, you know, traditional logic tells us you lift weights, you're going to get ripped up.
Well, traditional logic is wrong. You know, women don't have nearly the amount of testosterone that men have. And so, you know, and a lot of times the big black rubber-coated free weights, they look scary. Let's go over here. Come on. Yeah, just like anything else. There you go. It's not that hard. You know, and so women, when they do the strength training, what's going to happen is it's going to burn more fat. It's going to build muscle and build lean muscle. And muscle is much leaner than fat. And so instead of just losing a bunch of weight, if you just lost a bunch of weight real quick, you're losing mainly muscle, but you're still going to be squishy, you know. And so when you incorporate the strength training, and like I explained to you when we started training, the strength training is the most important, because especially for females, you have to keep strong bone mass, especially when you get older, to prevent osteoporosis, other types of bone type issues that can come up. And the way you strengthen your bones is through strength training. Also, your muscles hold your body together. You know, and if your muscles aren't used, they go away. So, you know, there's so many things during the day, just everyday type stuff that you would be able to do better if you had strong muscles. right?
I have to agree.
And so, from picking up groceries, picking up the kids, moving stuff, cutting the grass, you can do all that much more effectively because you have strong muscles. And so sometimes it's not just about building up big, huge muscles. It's about actual functional strength. Most people, that's what they want to be able to do. They want to be able to go ride bikes with their kids. They want to be able to go hiking. They want to be able to, work in the garden without getting tired or without their back hurting. And so there's so many benefits of strength training. And for women, it's so important. Now, strength training doesn't always mean just training with the dumbbells. We do have the TRX Suspension Trainer.
Oh, yeah, we know about the TRX.
Well, again, it's a different type of training because it's all done on your body weight. And so you determine how much weight you're lifting. But instead of just picking up weights and moving them as hard as you can, it has to be controllable. You have to be able to control your own body weight, which builds strength. And again, sometimes when you're lifting heavy weights, it can do a little bit of a pounding. In the TRX Suspension Trainer, it doesn't have that pounding like lifting free weight. And there's over 300 different exercises that you can do. A lot of times during the personal training sessions, we use a bunch of different training sessions, a bunch of different training methods, because we don't want your body to get used to one type of training, because then it will. There you go. That's how you built those guns on you, huh?
Yeah.
So, what we're trying to do is we're trying to give you as many tools in the belt to accomplish what you want to accomplish. You can't stick with just one type of training because the body's amazing. It will adapt to whatever you put it through.
And it get really used to it really quickly.
Exactly. And at that point, it quits changing. So if you're on the same type of workout for 3, 4, 5 weeks, your body's going to get used to it and it's going to quit changing. It's called a plateau. A lot of times that's where people stop because they think that's it. That's where we come in. We try and show you all these different types of trainings with the strength machines, and then the free weights and the TRX and the kettlebells, the plyometric type stuff. And so that way when you come in or you're working with a trainer, it's constant, it's upbeat, it's fun. You never know what you're going to be doing.
That's true.
Versus coming in and doing the same old thing and here, and you leave, and then in 4 weeks you're like, okay, I'm not getting any more results. Why not?
Well, you have to change it up and push harder and push through the plateaus.
Exactly. And and that's where we come in. At any point, you can say, hey, Stuart, I'm not seeing the results I first saw. Absolutely no problem. We'll go ahead and change your workout up. We'll go through another fitness orientation with you. And so it's constant. We're constantly teaching our members how to achieve what they want to achieve.
And how to make your body adapt. And
exactly, yeah. And so, the strength training is so important, and it doesn't need to be something that to be scared of. And if you were on your own, it would probably be pretty scary. But here at Anytime Fitness, you're not on your own. And so that's a lot of the benefits of using the strength training.
Anytime Fitness is not just a little Vicksburg club. You're not just a club owner here in Vicksburg. There's a huge network of over 1,600 clubs, and the Anytime Health website, we'll get to that in just a second, is amazing. But so you have this huge network of support, and one of Anytime Fitness' biggest things is exercise is medicine. Tell me a little bit about exercise being medicine.
So a few years ago, Anytime Fitness, they partnered with exercisesmedicine.org. And what that is too many times people wait till they've already gained the weight, or they come in after the injury, things like that. And so what we want to do is we want you to come in and exercise to prevent that type of stuff. It saves you doctor visits. It saves potential injuries. It saves you from having to miss work, which some people do want to miss work, but you don't want to miss work to go sit in a doctor's office for 4, 5, 6 hours. You don't want to have to go take the pills. You don't want to have to go do the rehab. And so when people come here, we're trying to stress that exercise is medicine. A lot of people come in and they're taking 4, 5, 6, 7 pills for high blood pressure, this and that and this and that. And they come in and they exercise for a month or two. They go back to the doctor. Doctor takes them off the pills. Well, why did the doctor take them off the pills? It's because they started using their body. The body started healing itself. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to cure everything. But what I'm saying is, once you start exercising,
the big two, at least, high blood pressure and diabetes.
Absolutely. And the body, it's an amazing thing. If you use it, it's just going to get better. It's just going to get stronger. It's going to get healthier. And so, you want to come in and you want to try and prevent all that stuff down the road. And a lot of people say, oh, well, I'm young, I don't need to do that. But just think, if you would start now when you're young, you would prevent so many things down the road. You would prevent hypertension. You would prevent bone loss. You would prevent muscle loss. And so there's just so many benefits, and that's why we try and get people in here when they're young, and that way they build good, healthy habits, and they learn the right way to exercise, the right way to eat, and that's going to carry them for the rest of their life. One good quote is, we have it up on our inspiration board, is, if I would have known I would have lived this long, I would have taken better care of myself. We don't want you to say that. We want you to say, I'm taking care of myself because I know I'm going to live long. And we hope we add years to your health. We hope we add years to your life by coming in here in 30 minutes is all you need. And so that's just another thing that we're trying to do with exercise is medicine.
Tell us a little bit about the Anytime Health website itself, aside from the Anytime Fitness, and what tools the Anytime Health website offers you. Okay.
If I could name every single tool, we would be here all day. It's an absolutely phenomenal website. Anytime Fitness, we were the first one to bring out this type of website to go along with your gym membership. I feel we have the absolutely most complete online training stuff, online website to help you achieve your goals, not just in the gym. But let's say you get at home. You get home and you have a question. It's 9:30 at night. We have a personal trainer online 24 hours a day on Anytime Health, where you can go ahead and message her and she'll respond to you with questions. I'm not always here. I'm not here 24 hours a day. When we are here, we answer as much as you want. We help you out as much as you want. But when you get home, you may want to know more stuff. You want to say, I really want to get the most bang for my buck. I want to get into this. I want to know how to eat right. I want to know how to do other exercises the right way. I want to see what other people are doing. And so we call it the Facebook of fitness, because you go on there, you create your own profile. You answer some questions about, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to lose weight? Are you trying to gain weight? And it'll actually calculate for you how many calories you need to take in that day. Okay? And another cool thing is that when you type in what you've eaten, it'll calculate how many more calories you need. It'll also calculate the fats, the carbs, the sodium. And so you can see right there on the screen, have you taken in too much sodium today? And then after you do some exercise, enter that you've done this exercise, and it'll calculate again, how many more calories you need to burn to achieve your goal. Now, one of the really cool things is you say, okay, so I'm at work all day, or I go to the gym, and I can't remember everything I ate. I can't remember everything. We have Android and iPhone app right there on your phone. You go out to lunch, pick up your phone, you're probably checking Facebook, you're probably messaging people, checking emails, people are calling you. We got an iPhone app right then and there. It takes you 3 seconds, grilled chicken salad, or this or that, and it logs it right into you. You come to the gym. You just finished 20 minutes on the elliptical. Pick up your iPhone or Android, boom, boom, boom. It's right there. It logs everything for you. And so, and then we have graphs and charts that'll show you your progress. Another thing, a lot of people don't know the right way to eat. A question all the time: what should I be eating? Yesterday, you were asking me. I think I may need a few more carbs on my training days. And so, on Anytime Health, you go in there, it explains to you, calories, fat, protein, carbs, all that stuff. It also has sample meal plans. It has, meal plans for diabetics. It has meal plans for vegans. It has meal plans for, people that are strength training. It has so many different meal plans that all you have to do is look right there. This is what you should eat at this time. This is what you should eat at this time. And you're like, okay, that's great, but how do I cook it? Bam, recipes.
Yes.
We have recipes with pictures that will make your mouth drool. Okay, so you just click on that. It tells you, all the ingredients and how to cook it. All right, and so then, okay, so you got your meals fixed. You're logging everything, or your activities. You're logging your meals, and so you're thinking, okay, so I'm having this problem. Am I the only one out there? No, there's a community board for members just like yourself that may be going through the same thing. Okay? And so you can post questions on there, and other Anytime Fitness owners, other Anytime Fitness trainers, and even other Anytime Fitness members can respond to you. And so you just start making friends. You friend this person, you friend that person, you friend a member at the Anytime Fitness up in Minnesota, you friend one of the trainers in Texas. So
the next time you're on vacation, you've already got friends to work out with.
Exactly. So you're building a fitness network is what you're doing. And so, how many people drive to the gym, they walk in, they don't say anything to anybody because they don't know anybody. Okay? Yeah. They hit start on the treadmill and they start walking. And they start walking. And they say, okay, that guy's watching me. That person over there is staring at me. I don't know anybody. They hit stop to get in the car and to go home. Why? Because it wasn't friendly. It wasn't inviting. They felt uncomfortable. Well, not with Anytime Fitness.
That's not one of the things I've experienced here. I've struck up conversations with people that were younger than me and people that were older than me. I've, worked out with people that are in their mid to late 70s, and that has been exciting to meet the people that I've been able to meet at the gym, which is, I've been members of other gyms, but I've never met people. Mm-hmm. I've met employees and things, but I've never met other people that are working out.
Right.
Because they were all scared to talk to anyone.
Well, and that's the thing. We're all, you're here for a certain reason. Before I owned a gym, I was a member of Anytime Fitness for 3 years before I decided I love what Anytime Fitness stands for. I love what they're doing. They're not the typical big box gym where you walk in and you're just a number. And so I decided to make an investment, bring one here to Vicksburg because there's not anything like this here. And I think if you're comfortable, if you want to go to the gym, if you're excited, if you're telling people, I love Anytime Fitness, you've gone so many places. And people say, wow, Cristy, what's going on? You walk in, you got a smile, you're confident, you look great, and you say, I'm going to Anytime Fitness. And so, when you come here, if you want to come here, if you love coming to the gym, you're going to get results.
You're going to get a lot faster results and a lot more concrete results. I've lost weight before, but it hasn't been like this.
Mm-hmm. Well,
with all of the benefits that I've realized are supposed to come with getting healthy.
Right.
The raise in your shoulders, the lift of your head, I need to go to the gym. I want to go to the gym. I've not got those benefits before.
Right. Well, and one thing that is a staple of Anytime Fitness, that whenever you join, you get a free fitness orientation. And so many places, so many health clubs around the country, you join, you give them your money, they give you a key, and then that's it.
So
you're done.
Fitness orientation, tell us about that.
Right.
How does that work?
And so, like I said, when you come in just to look at the gym, we sit down with you, we talk about what you're trying to do, your goals, what stops you in the past, your roadblocks. We figure all that out, how to get around them, and then we schedule 2 training sessions. And so you come in, and we actually go through the entire club. We'll go through 2 workouts. We print you up a workout for you to take with you, just in case you come in during unstaffed hours. You're not wandering around the gym saying, you have a plan. You can't build a house without the blueprints, and your workout routine is your blueprints, right? And so when we go through the strength machines, when we go through the free weights, when we use the TRX, when we use the kettlebells over there, when we use all the cardio, we don't just put you on it and say do 10. No, you're not learning anything. Okay, you're just being a machine zombie, right?
Machine zombie.
That's a phrase that you coined, a machine zombie. You're going machine to machine to machine, do 10 and move on to the next one. No, you're wasting your time. Okay, we teach you the proper way to exercise and to get results. And so, if it takes one session, if it takes 2 sessions, if it takes 3 sessions, we want you to feel comfortable when you come in, that you know you're doing the exercises the right way and you're doing them to get the max results.
Yeah.
So, for example, some people just hop on the treadmill and hit start. That's okay if you're not doing anything. But how long have you been walking?
I think I've been walking since I was probably about 9-10 months old.
9-10 months old. Okay, so walking on a flat surface, you've been doing it forever, right?
I waited tables for 15 years, and that's a whole lot more than walking.
And did you lose weight waiting tables?
Well, I actually gained weight.
Okay, and so, we show you how to set the cardio up. You have to keep your heart rate over a certain rate. Okay, and so you have to have so many beats per minute. You have to keep it over that rate. You have to vary the incline. Okay, I always say incline to look fine. Okay, and sometimes incline, it's not very fun. Okay,
no, it's not fun,
but it works.
Some of us cuss, and I particularly pray.
Hey, and whatever gets you through the workout. Okay, if it's praying or whatever. But people are busy. They don't want to come in and do something that's not effective. Too many times people don't know that that's not effective. They see other people doing it, and that's what they do.
But so much changes, like every month.
And
we're refuting or proving a theory that they had, or they're saying, oh, well, we thought this for 20 years, but that's not really true.
And again, that's our job. That's where we come in. We, as an owner, as a trainer, as a company, we stay on the cutting edge of fitness. If we don't, they're going somewhere else to get their results. Okay? And so if you're getting results, you're going to go tell people. Or people are going to say, wow, what have you been doing? The TRX Suspension Trainer has not been out for very long, right? We're the only one in Vicksburg that has it. And I feel it's extremely beneficial.
As a beginner, I feel like it is amazing. Because it's easy to get your form right, and it's easy to go, well, I'll bit off more than I can chew. Let's take a step back.
Yeah.
It's really friendly for beginners.
Right, exactly. And, whether it's the kettlebells over there that are an amazing workout, but people look at them and they say, what are those things over there?
Because it doesn't look like much.
It doesn't until you start working out with it.
Yeah.
And so, the kettlebells, the TRX, the weight training. During the fitness orientation, we show you how to use all these tools to get you where you want to be, and hopefully we can make it fun. And so that way you're not just stuck on machines. You're not just stuck on free weights. You're not just stuck on cardio. You come in one day, you can do a TRX and kettlebell workout and get an amazing workout. The next day, you can come in and you can do some of the free weights over here with the Nike Spark training over there. Every NFL team, every college team, they're using the Nike Spark training, and we're using it here at Anytime Fitness. One thing I believe is you can't just be big and bulky with muscle. You can't just be strong. You have to have functional strength. You have to be able to move left and keep your balance. You have to be able to move right and keep your balance. You have to be able to carry stuff wherever, chopping wood and carrying it up to the house. Well, you have to have balance. You have to have strength. You have to have coordination to be able to do that type of stuff in life. And so we believe in complete fitness. And I know the first time I put you on that thing, all it was is a little simple ladder with a couple of skips.
It was horrible.
And you didn't want to do it because you said, I am the most uncoordinated person you've ever met.
And I never, ever would have believed that coordination is something that you can build. I never believed that. I never knew that you could build balance, that you could build coordination. But after just 4 months, I'm a believer. You can do those things.
Right, absolutely, and especially for the older community, balance and coordination, those could be life changers.
Yeah.
If you have, my grandma, she passed away at 76 because she was rolling her trash out, and she fell and broke her hip because she fell off balance. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, she wasn't going to the gym. She wasn't
active.
She wasn't active, right? And so, at any age, you can do it at any age, and it's going to be beneficial.
Absolutely. So. Stuart, I've had a great time talking to you. Do we have anything else we want to talk about?
We're Wednesday, tomorrow.
The sale.
October 12th. We don't feel like, the holidays are coming up. You're going to eat. You may be stressed out. There's a lot of stuff going on. Okay.
And what better time of the year to indulge just a little.
Yeah, and that's okay. But then January comes and you're like, oh man, I put on 15 pounds. I need
With
to go.
the extenders on your belt.
Right. I need to go join the gym. Well, you can join the gym on October 12th and not pay any dues until 2012. So you get 2.5 months of free fitness. So you can come in and start preparing yourself to indulge. Okay, and so it's going to be a lot harder if you try and get that weight off after you've already put it on.
You could come into the gym theoretically and lose 15 pounds before Christmas.
Absolutely.
And then you don't really gain any weight. You may struggle with that 15 pounds that you lost, but you're leaps and bounds ahead of the crowd come January on the resolution season.
Right, absolutely. And so. And again, you come in, you get your fitness orientation, you get your workout routines, you got, your meal plans, you got everything set in October, and you don't pay anything for it. So you get it for 2.5 months. You get training for 2.5 months for free, instead of coming in January and saying, oh yeah, I gained 15 pounds, I gained 20 pounds at Christmas, and then having a fight to get that off. Why not just come and do it and get started with it? Get a jump on it before all that stuff.
Give yourself the first Christmas present.
Absolutely. And so the sales on Wednesday, October 12th, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Here at Anytime Fitness of Vicksburg. We've already started booking a lot of appointments. It's going to be our last sale. It's the last sale of the year. But it's 2.5 months of free fitness. Why would you not join? Another thing is some people, they like to tan. Tanning, a limited 12-minute super bed tanning is included in the membership for free.
So for the price of a membership, you're actually going to save money if you're a tanner.
Exactly.
If you're someone who tans, you're going to save money. And it's like getting your gym membership for free.
Exactly. Either way you want to look at it, you pay one price. You get an excellent gym that you're going to get results at. You get free unlimited tanning, and it's 24 hours. Our tanning beds never close. Our gym never closes. We are the fastest growing co-ed fitness franchise in the world. We have over 1,600 clubs in 10 countries. And so you go down the street, you buy a gym membership, you get a gym membership to one club. What happens when you go out of town? What happens if you go visit friends or family somewhere? Do you miss a week of your workout? Do you have to go spend extra money to purchase a week gym membership? No. You can use Anytime Fitness anywhere in the world 24 hours a day. And it's all secure access. We have 24-hour video surveillance. It's monitored 24 hours a day by the Anytime Fitness security company. That's all they do, is they monitor the Anytime Fitness clubs around the world. Each member gets a magnetic key fob. It's secure access. Have you ever looked around the gym and say, is that person a member? Is that person a member? Well, here, only members are allowed in the club, and we know every single member that goes on that's here in the club. God forbid something happened, how do you know who's in the club if you don't have a top-notch security system? And so, here we don't have lockers. We have cubbies because we don't have problems with theft and stuff like that. Because when people come in, they see all the security. They see the cameras everywhere in the club. They see the cameras outside in the club. They see that when you scan your key and you walk in, you're the only one coming through that door. And so, Anytime Fitness, having 1,600 clubs, you have to have top-notch security. And we do. Every Anytime Fitness has top-notch security. So you can come in here, you can feel safe anytime, day or night. Let me show you one thing over here. Obviously, security is huge being a 24-hour club. And Anytime Fitness you go to, we're going to have these security measures. Really, any health club that's open 24 hours should have these. But we don't want our members to come in and something happen and they can't get the emergency medical here, they can't get police here. And so what we have is we have a panic button and panic necklaces. And what this is, it's a necklace that you can carry anywhere in the club. You can wear it, you can put it on a machine over there, you can bring it to the shower, you can bring it to the restroom. But in case you have an emergency, in case you slip and fall and you can't crawl over to your cell phone halfway across the gym, you have this button right here. You press the button and the paramedics and police show up. And so that way you have safety in your hand all the time. Anytime you come here, you can carry these around with you. A quick story, when my wife was pregnant, she would come and walk on the treadmill. Walking on the treadmill while you're pregnant can induce labor. She would hang one of these on the side in case she did go into labor. If she started to feel contractions, if the baby was coming, she just hits this. She don't have to worry about trying to get over to her cell phone. And so, we have tried to provide our members with the absolutely best safety and security, at any health club anywhere in the world. So
love those.
We also have an automatic defibrillator. And what this does, it restarts your heart in case something would happen, and it talks to you. So anybody can pull this out, hit start, and it tells you exactly what to do. And so Anytime Fitness is also going to have this and the panic buttons. So if you go visit other Anytime Fitnesses anywhere in the world, you can utilize that type of stuff.
It has been amazing to finally get to interview you, even though we hang out a couple times a week.
If that's what you want to call it.
Well, it's hanging out to a certain degree. We visit a little between reps. It's a great experience being a part of Anytime Fitness, and it has been amazing to work out with you, and so glad to finally get you in front of the camera to do a little bit of talking and let everybody else know how awesome the club is, and look forward to the sale.
Great. Well, we appreciate you coming in and spending a little bit of time to let us get out into the community. We do a lot of marketing. The only thing we ask is come look at the club and come see why we're different than other clubs. You may be getting pretty good results at your club, but maybe we can get you better results. Maybe you're not getting any results. If you come here, we will definitely make sure that we invest our time in you, since you're investing your money in us, to get you what you're paying for. Maybe a little chit chat here and there also. We want to know what's going on in our members' lives. And so we just want to create a friendly, non-intimidating atmosphere where you don't have any excuses not to come to the gym. And that's what we try and do here. So, well.
Thanks, Stuart, for joining us on. Well, we can't really call it coffee with today, can we?
No.
Has to be more like protein shake with.
Yeah, let's go get a protein shake.
All right, sounds good. Hold on, I went blonde for a second.
No brunettes were injured while filming this commercial.
I've been working out. I can take you.
Just wait till tomorrow.